let's talk about your thoughts when the trial, when the jury was handed the trial. What were your thoughts when it was handed to them? This is before you heard the verdict or anything else. What were you thinking, like, after the trial was done and they did closing arguments and it's like, jury, you now have it to deliberate. What were you thinking?
I was like, there's going to be one to two a-holes that are just not going to get it, that are still going to say on a technicality, Derek Chauvin did nothing wrong and we're going to lose it. Or they're only going to maybe get one guilty charge on the most less severe charge.
Right.
So I think that was the third degree manslaughter. I think that was the lessest whatever. But yeah, so that's what that to me was, that's where I was at. I was like, somebody is not going to agree and then it's going to knock off everything, but they're going to get a guilty on the manslaughter. That's right. What I was just something, but not what it was.
And you know what's crazy about that is, and let me just give it to you from a black man that's clean as I can put it. The craziness about the world that I think that people misunderstand, or that America misunderstands about how we as black people look at these things, is it's gotten to a point where you can see a video and you can say, this dude sat on this dude's neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. And I immediately start going, why are we even going to trial? Like, you saw this.
Right.
Like, why are we in trial? But being an American citizen, I know
we have to. You're
supposedly innocent until proven guilty, right? So you have to have a trial. That's the due process. He's allowed that, this sort of thing and the other. Now, I also, within that, all these feelings are jumping around. Like, I remember Rodney King. I remember when that video dropped out there, whoever was shooting that video had a direct shot, and you counted the amount of blows that Rodney King took, right? He was on the ground, and I'm talking about they beating him with these batons, right? These police batons. And me, as a person, if you beat me, I'm trying to get away.
Yeah.
And then I'm listening to them in court, and they saying stuff like, if he would have just stayed down, they wouldn't have kept hitting him, right? And then, to top it all off, nobody was guilty, was not guilty. So the whole time, as soon as they sent them to deliberate, I'm thinking, I ain't going to be surprised. Just like you, I ain't going to be surprised if they come out here and say, we a hung jury, he's not guilty. And then we got all these experts and stuff on CNN and Fox and all these channels talking about what could have been done better, this, that, and the other. But I was completely prepared for it to go wrong. Mm-hmm. You know, I was completely prepared to just come out and be like, we ain't get justice again. Because I feel like that's just where we are. I just feel like I'm arguing about things that I see.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like, you see me right now. I blink and you go, Ekin, you just blink. I go, you didn't see that, Brittany. Like, I saw you blink, yo. That's how it's that simple. That's how I feel like when we're watching these videos and these things happen. So right. When they came out and you heard guilty, what'd you feel?
I was shocked, and then relieved, shocked, and then like, oh, thank you, you did the right thing. Like, thank you, this was the right thing to do. I'm so thankful that you acknowledged it. Like, here we are, it's real. So that was it. Every time they were like, okay, the first charge, this is guilty. Second charge, he read it. I'm like, is he gonna say guilty? Like it's, you know, every charge was just like, I was anticipating hearing not guilty, right, because I had already heard guilty on the first one. So I was like, all right, well. But so, yeah, just like relief though. Like, thank you.
Now,
how did you feel?
Crazy? This is how I felt. I felt the relief that you feel for maybe that long, like 8-9 seconds. I think I felt the relief. You know why? Because I immediately started going, well, that ain't got nothing to do with the sentencing though.
I know.
Isn't that, and this is, and that's what's so trash and so wild to me is and people that look like me, and I'm not saying that every single black person, but in the barbershop conversations I've had, people I talk to, you know, different nationalities, a lot of people that look like me, we go, yeah, we got the verdict. What's that sentencing gonna look like?
Right.
You know, and it's crazy. We're at every step, we're waiting for something to go wrong in this system. That's supposed to be fair for everybody. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the problem that I have with the system. And I think a lot of people, they don't understand when we're having these conversations, right? Well, you got justice. Yeah, but I really shouldn't feel like, did I really get justice?
And look what we all had to do.
Right.
Well, the viralness of it that had to happen, the pressure that we continue to keep going when the district attorney, I believe his name was Mike something, when it all happened, he had already ruled out that it was totally okay, that what the officer did what he's supposed to do in that situation, and then nothing was wrong. Like, done, it was going to be done. Had we not continued to petition, to call out, to protest, we wouldn't have gotten what we got just last week.